Our house sitter stole and crashed my partner's car. You guys love full-length stories, so I have two for you today, and we are going to decide how you would handle this. My house sitter, 19 male, also my relative, went on a joyride, and then crashed my significant other's car, all while we were abroad for a month. My car key, which was never given to my house sitter, was tucked away in my belongings. The house sitter rummaged through belongings, located an old dead key with an expired battery, not the one that I had hidden, and then proceeded to break into the car, look up a video on how to start the car, drive into the city for some unknown reason to me, and then crash the car. Wow, that's a lot to process. Okay.
I'm gonna need 90 minutes.
The house sitter called multiple relatives in what I am now understanding as him setting the tone and readying his case. Then called me to tell me someone crashed my partner's car. Forgiving at first, I got whatever information I needed from them and then informed my partner the news and other relatives who were the emergency contact. As the day went on, the other relatives began to text me, blaming me for the crash, saying I shouldn't have given him the keys or allowed him to have access to the car. I didn't. The house sitter is newly licensed. Prior to the trip, other relatives were informed the car was only to be accessed by the emergency contacts and that the car key was hidden. Prior to the trip, the house sitter was told this to not touch my car and that he wasn't on the insurance, and neither am I. Just to really set it for him to not touch the car. My amazing friend found the car, took all of the other keys, and is keeping an eye on it. As my partner got me towards calmness, a different relative called to ask if the house sitter could retrieve their license from the car.
No, thank you.
Our cat has been missing since the night the house sitter was evicted. We are only just finding out today that our indoor-only cat hasn't been seen nor active around our house since Saturday night. While being evicted from the premises by someone who failed to supervise the disgruntled sitter as he packed up his belongings, something happened to our cat. We don't know if the disgruntled house sitter threw the cat outside, off the balcony, or put him into his bag of belongings, but our cat is gone. I hope those were all like jokes or exaggerations, because that's concerning, deeply concerning. So here's the timeline of the events. He broke it down into point form. The house sitter located the dead car key, broke into and started joyride, and then crashed my partner's car. The house sitter then calls relatives with a false story about me, someone who isn't even on the car registration nor insurance, somehow giving him permission to drive the vehicle. Then the house sitter calls me, confessing the crash, and laughs when asked where he found the key. House sitter leaves the house with another relative to attend a family function, leaving the car key behind. A close friend then rushes to our house to do a wellness check on our pets, the car, the house, while collecting all car and house keys, and then calls and sends videos of all of our pets. House sitter is then informed via text of termination. House sitter is escorted back to house to gather belongings and apparently with limited supervision. Relative escorting house sitter calls requesting access to the car to retrieve the driver's license. Request denied. New pet sitter arrives at house Sunday morning, doesn't see the cat. New pet sitter arrives at house Sunday evening, also doesn't see the cat. Over the next 2 days, none of the pet sitters find our cat nor see activity in his litter box or his food. Okay, forget the car. All I'm worried about is the cat. Not forget the car also, but that's so sad. I feel like maybe he just left the door open, not responsible thinking, left it open, didn't even think the cat could run out. I don't know. I just hope the freaking cat's okay by the end of the story. The cat was last seen by our close friend on Saturday night. Cats are indoor only. In-laws, neighbors, friends, exes, hired pet sitters, and the owner of the pet sitting company have all entered our home in the last 24 hours searching for our cat. The owner of the pet sitting company, with my permission, turned the house upside down, searching for our cat and any signs of him. We believe the disgruntled house sitter did one of the following: took the cat and hid him in his bag, threw the cat outside either onto or off the deck. What? Or the cat What is going on?
What is going on?
What kind of relative is this? One that belongs in a Netflix documentary? Oh my gosh. The relative that was with him when he was evicted initially declined to answer those questions. With police now involved, has been answering questions. Animal tracking service has been hired. The sweetest and snuggliest boy that I finally convinced that head kisses and being held so that he could melt into my arms are amazing things is gone. My mini weighted and heated purring blanket and alarm clock is gone. This silly little guy who had a not so secret crush on my dog and hilariously humped her diaper when she was in heat is gone. The most infuriating part, I can't be there to help search for him, and the person responsible still hasn't taken accountability. Y'all, I swear if this cat is not okay, I'm gonna lose it over here. And I know you guys are too. We love animals. Pets over humans, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, we have our first update. He was found! Oh! I could sleep well tonight. Yeah, right, I literally never sleep well. Spotted after 1 a.m. attempting to climb our fence and onto our deck. My mother-in-law drove 2 hours to our house to work with the professional animal tracker and an amazing friend who helped search and set up her nature camera by the food trap they made. Genius. They spent 3 hours searching around our house together. My mother-in-law sent a long text of how she stayed up late reorganizing our kitchen when she spotted him. My partner had just left work when her text came through. It's almost 8 a.m. over here. Internet and cell phone service is bare, so I sprinted in my pajamas to his lab to tell him. Oh, I don't know why I said he, thinking that it was the boyfriend writing this story. Oopsie. We spent the entire night devastated and sobbing. Seeing his face light up was the best thing ever on top of our kitty being found. My partner's mom got the kitty's wound cleaned up and fed, performed many snuggles, and is taking him home with her, which is something we wish we did in the first place. Deciding when to add the other updates. I am elated, but I'm currently battling with stress, anxiety, and shock. Trying to type an update on the remaining and newly uncovered things triggers my anxiety attack. But I will address that the professional dog walkers have been amazing. They were the ones who figured out our cat was never in the house when their caretaking service started. They searched my house, interviewed my neighbors, verified details with their walkers, and responded to every text, email, and call right away once I had steady Wi-Fi. Okay, so you know what? A little glimmer, a little glitter in there, a little shimmer on this very awful situation. The cat is okay, animals are taken care of, but the rest, utter chaos. We have a mini update now. We are going to the police station once we get back home. My partner was very against filing a police report, which is what really piqued my infuriation and anxiety, but he understands the consequences of not doing so. We have to review the extent of damages and other things before pressing charges, but there is an assumption that items from our home were removed. Cash, jewelry, technology, luxury goods, etc. Basically, we are headed back home with accepting that some things might be gone. We also learned that the house sitter never even walked our dogs and lied about doing so. So we are at about $8,000 in known damages, plus recouping vet visit costs for our cat and costs of the professional dog sitting company, and maybe another $6,000 in others. And you're considering not pressing charges? I don't care if he's 19 and a family member. Tough lesson to learn, pal. You're an adult. This is crazy. I'm pissed. Pissed for you. As if this was my own story. I feel like this hat is very fitting. Amateur psychologist. Definitely an amateur. It's Hillary Duff's merch. All right, next update. I returned to the States yesterday after 17 days abroad. Overall, I just avoided and dreaded writing this update. Here are the updates. We have a point form list, which are my favorite. Number 1, police report filed. My partner declined to press charges. Well, I'm annoyed. I'm violently annoyed. Okay, whatever, not my life. Next, my partner's car is totaled. Trash and the belongings of others indicate the house sitter had others in the car and used it for multiple days. The house sitter lied about walking our dogs and was seen by neighbors putting them on our deck for extended periods of time. The house sitter cleaned out our pantry, toiletries, bath towels, gym bags, 1 Kindle, 1 VR headset that was my friend's, and some bedding items during his eviction, in which my own mother was tasked to supervise but aided instead. Kat is with in-laws who have noticed temperament changes. As of today, 0 relatives have reached out to offer compensation or support for our lost cat. Car damages, hired professional dog walking services to replace the fired house sitter, and all that. And lastly, my partner asked me to drop this topic and to stop talking about it with him. I'm going to lose my mind. How do we possibly pretend that this is just a minor little thing that happened, no big deal, just ignore it and move on? He's a thief! A thief! And harmed your animals! What is going on? Totaled your car. Totaled. Oh, I need to go to bed.
I need to calm down.
The house sitter's eviction was supposed to be supervised by my own mother. She watched as he took my gym bags, loaded them up with our toiletries, and assisted him, emptying out our pantry, fridge, and claiming bath towels and technology he had no right to. She believed him when he said items were left or given to him or felt that he was entitled to it. No questions were asked. The only call I received during this process was a request from her for him to get access to my partner's car to retrieve his license. That request, as we know, was denied. Yes, my own mother watched as the person who stole and totaled my partner's car robbed me of my things. My partner's car was littered with trash. It looked like someone had rummaged through his belongings. My partner admits to hiding the fact that 2 days prior to our trip, someone had broken into his car and had stolen items. My significant other said he refrained from informing me so as not to worry me, since I was heavily against and apprehensive of going on this trip in the first place. However, my partner says he put the car back in order prior to our departure. In the back seat and front passenger seats were the house sitter's items and the belongings of other people. One item included a visit pass with the house sitter's face on it, and another included a document dated for July 15th, 2026. Our deck was also covered in dog poo and reeked of urine, according to my mother-in-law. We never allow our dogs or cats onto the wooden deck or deck furniture. It's a safety issue. My mother-in-law said one of the dogs bolted past her and peed for a long time on the corner of the deck. This makes sense given whenever I pinged the dog's air tags, there was never any movement. The house sitter never walked the dogs and just lied about it. When my in-laws found the cat, they requested I let my mom know. Her response? Quote, "Please do not include me in the messaging. This matter is between the parties involved." My own mother sent texts days later pretending like all is fine, inquiring as to how my trip was going, telling me safe travels, all that, each of which were ignored. And lastly, my partner has asked me to stop talking about this with him and says that he has moved on. He shamed me for bringing it up. I've been in a different part of the house all day, just trying to keep myself from crying. He says I'm being mean and avoiding him. I feel a lot of different things: rage, disappointment, embarrassment, depression, stress, looking at the damage done to my partner's car, having 0 people in my own family reach out to support or apologize, despite them all being quick to defend the house sitter and vilify me. I feel a lot of things. I have to keep my brain busy to stop myself from ruminating on this, napping all day, and watching YouTube videos. Hey, watch mine. I tried writing letters that I don't send to help with coping. I can't look back at the screenshots of messages without feeling enraged all over again. A different cousin sent me a handful of messages calling me a liar and manipulative. What am I missing? I responded by telling them off and they continued to berate me. So I've blocked everyone. I don't recognize the house anymore. I can't shake the feeling there are more things missing that I'm unaware of. My partner says house sitters did us a favor getting rid of things we don't know what they are. I worry about someone breaking in or one of my relatives knocking on the door. Locks have not been changed yet. My partner leaves for work training tomorrow morning for the week. All in all, I'm just immensely stressed and depressed from this. And I seem to be missing something because you're a liar, you're manipulative. Are we missing some other side of the story that would make this all make sense? I'm at a loss, and I don't know if I want to be found, to be honest. This is too stressful. We have reached the final update. Maybe something positive came out of this. And this update came August 3rd, 2026, so very recently. Oh, okay, it starts by, we are pressing charges. I knew there would be something more that may have happened or was missing. We have now received proof that the house sitter used the car unauthorized on more than one occasion while we were away because we got not one, but three speeding tickets. The house sitter has failed to respond or acknowledge our reasonable request to negotiate reimbursement. My partner thinks that sending a more heartfelt plea will get him to empathize with us. Bless his little heart for trying. Due to the multi-date theft, my partner wants to sit still a bit to see if anything else pops up. I am calling the police first thing tomorrow to file an additional police report and officially press charges. Well, I was on team press charges from the start, but let me know how you guys feel about all this. Was I losing my freaking mind over here alone? I'm violently pissed still. Good news is we got another story, maybe one that brings me more joy. But first, you know what time it is. All aboard! We are hopping on the hydration station. And guess what? I have the official cup. You can't see it, it's glaring with the light. But now we can match because I have seen your orders coming in. You guys also have this cup, so we get to cheers for the official. Can you see it? No, it's reflecting. Whatever, you get it. Cheers. Oh look, a little bit. You guys, look what came in. I just washed it, I'm so excited to use it. I'm filming today, so I'm going to hydrate with you guys with our hydration station cup. I'm so excited. All right, next story. My sister cheated on her fiance, then left her kids all because she wanted a break, and I'm not supposed to say anything to her. My 27 female sister, 22 female, has two beautiful kids. One is 3 and the other is 14 months. When my sister had her oldest daughter, she suffered from PPD, but with support, she was able to come out of it. She didn't really bond with the kid much after though. Occasionally, she would do fun things with her, but it was very rare. Shortly after, I had my son and I was over the moon. I've never loved something as much as I love my kids. I now have 2 as well. When she found out she was pregnant with her second, she didn't get as excited as she did with the first. But as pregnancy progressed, she was getting more excited. Fast forward to the second kid being born. She didn't show any signs of PPD, but she bonded with the second kid way more than she did with the first. I'm not sure if it was because she was exclusively breastfeeding or what, but definitely had a better bond with this one. She would get more irritated with the firstborn, who was only 2 at the time, and just more distant with her. Her youngest started showing some health issues, nothing super serious, just some allergies and skin issues, and that seemed to just utterly defeat my sister. All of the family and her fiance were very encouraging and tried to help her see the bright side, find recipes for her daughter, things like that. But she didn't seem like she was interested in any of it. She started to distance herself from both kids now, only doing the bare minimum. Now we just found out that my sister had been emotionally cheating on her fiance, who is the definition of a literal golden retriever partner. He loves his kids and my sister and took very good care of all 3 of them. He would only ever push my sister to do better and never in a mean way. Anything they needed, he provided for them while my sister got to be a stay-at-home mom. 2 days ago, she broke things off with the fiance and had this complete stranger come get her from another state. She has never met him and has only been FaceTiming him or playing Xbox for about a month. So many red flags. All because she said she had no emotion and needed a break. She left with this guy, and I'm not supposed to know any of this. I'm distraught for my nieces and my brother-in-law, or I guess not my brother-in-law anymore. I don't understand how a mother could leave her kids, go out of town with someone she doesn't even know, without a care in the world. I love my kids, and I couldn't do that to them. Part of me wonders if it is PPD or maybe a manic episode. I genuinely don't know. I've also learned some other things about how she's been recently that just make me think I never really knew who my sister was. And that's heartbreaking because she was my best friend. I cannot condone this behavior. My brother-in-law is filing for emergency custody, but I hope she doesn't try to take those kids from him because she doesn't deserve them. They deserve stability, and she's clearly not stable. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, I got no advice in this situation just now, but I think there's a lot more to the story, and there's some updates. So let's keep going. First update, I will update on the little bit of info we have. So my brother-in-law changed phone plans and did not include her on his new bill. She called him and asked him why he didn't put her on it. Likely she just genuinely didn't understand that he is not going to be paying for her things anymore. She told him that she isn't going to fight him and that he can have full custody of the kids. What? And that she still wants to be able to call and visit them whenever she feels like it. The guy she ran off with just lost his car because he signed divorce papers right before he left to get my sister. Oh my God, this whole thing is just so messy and toxic and insane. And his ex took the car because it was in her name. Karma is beautiful. She also told my brother-in-law that she plans on moving back with the new guy so that they can be close to the kids. I don't get her logic in any of this, really. Also, some people have asked for some answers here, so I'm gonna answer some questions. Number one, my brother-in-law is 22 years old. My sister asked my brother-in-law not to tell us, being my mom and I, because she did not want us to get in the way of her being able to see the kids or to judge her too late. My brother-in-law doesn't want her to know we know until after all the court stuff is finalized. Next question, he is doing okay. Him and his mom are actually going to be moving a little closer to our family, the brother-in-law, so that we can all help out with the kids. It takes a village, and he's definitely got one. Oh. Well, I love that the nieces and nephews and him will still have that family support, even if she's not going to be around. And next, since my sister has been out of the picture for a week now, the youngest kid has taken her first steps and the oldest seems genuinely happier. I'm coming from a much less angry place. I still cannot stand that she did this, and I am officially cutting contact with her. My partner and I are supporting my brother-in-law as much as we can with the 2 kids of our own. This whole situation has been insane. I will update more if anything else happens. Once this all isn't so fresh, I'm going to show brother-in-law this thread and let him see that it is not his fault. This is so sad. I'm just sad. I'm sad for brother-in-law. I'm sad for those children. Maybe not fully everyone. I do want to know what the heck's going on. We are going to stop in a little pit stop at the Reddit comment section before we get to the final update. Someone said maybe emotionally unstable teenagers shouldn't be having families just yet. Okay. Well, I know some people who had their kids very young and they're incredible parents and partners. So next comment, encourage brother-in-law to immediately file for full and total custody in the courts, using her texts about willingly giving up custody as proof that she wants to go this route. She will likely grant him access, at which point she will be told that she has to now pay him child support for the next 18 years or so. The look on her face will be priceless, and I hope someone is there to record it. Your sister either sucks or is having a mental break. Yeah. I wonder if this is something more serious that I won't understand because I've never experienced postpartum depression or any of those things, so it could be something more serious. Either way, your family needs to prioritize protecting her kids from her because right now she is a danger to them and herself. Your sister made her choice. Perhaps one day she will choose an inpatient mental health facility to get her stuff together if she is indeed having a mental break of some kind, or maybe she will disappear one day, having run off with this this not nice word. The kids should be the sole focus on the family right now. She abandoned them. It's okay to want to help her and be worried about her, but your focus has to be brother-in-law and the kids. They are the victims. Next comment. That's some BS that you can't say anything to her about abandoning her children. Make sure that the abandonment is well documented so that when the father of the children sues for full custody of the children, it will be easier for him to do so. OP actually responded to this and said, yeah, he wants all of the court BS situated first, and then I fully plan on losing my shite. I'll also probably send the link to this post so when my sister tries to say I'm judging her or whatever, then she can see that I'm not alone in thinking she sucks. Mental health issues I could sympathize with, as I am type 1 bipolar, but even still, she should be able to be an adult and communicate that she needs help and not cheat on a really good man and then abandon her kids. Oh, this is so crazy. We have a final update. Maybe things have taken a turn for the better. Since then, my sister has called my mom and asked her for any legal contacts so she looks like she has her crap together. My mom told her no and that she isn't going to help her because she abandoned her children. My sister is still convinced that she did not abandon them. She yelled at my mom, stating that she hasn't left them and that she's only 3 hours away and calls to talk to them every night, which she doesn't. She has called a few times, but not every day. She's still planning on moving back with this new guy so she can be closer to the kids. And I'm pretty sure my brother-in-law is only going to allow her to have supervised visits since she has made comments about just taking the kids and how she should have done that from the start because her best friend apparently suggested it. When my mom tried to reason with her and ask her why she didn't just come here, her response was, I just want to be on my own, which I find ironic because she hasn't been on her own ever and she's still not on her own. She's still mooching off of another guy with a job and she still doesn't have a job, a license, or a GED. We have all offered to help her get those things, but she actually has no drive to do it. Brother-in-law and his mom are moving closer to me and my parents so we can all help each other and hopefully make things easier on brother-in-law as he tries to be a single dad with 2 toddlers. Brother-in-law is in much better spirits. He was upset until my sister called him while she was nude and asked him for money. And then she proceeded to put on the other guy's hoodie and walk around the house until he could see the other guy in the background. Okay. My brother-in-law said at that point, he knew that he was never getting back with her and didn't want her back, and he's doing much better now. He has good days and bad days, but the good ones are outweighing the bad. The kids are actually thriving without my sister. My sister would parent by just turning on TV and letting them do whatever, but my brother-in-law is much more involved with them, as is his mom. For now, I think we are just waiting for all the long-term court paperwork to be submitted. He got emergency custody, and it was filed that she abandoned them and fled the state. Wow. We are gonna go back to the comment section real quick because I want to hear what people of Reddit are saying. Someone said, gather all the written texts, get things in writing, and give to your brother-in-law to take to an attorney. He has to go to court or an attorney. Any ideas of disallowing one parent to see kids cannot be determined by the other parent. Only the court can decide that, and if he tries it, it will look very bad. Tell him to go to an attorney or court to set up legal custody agreement and order. Sounds like she might even show up to court. That's fine. The judge will note that. I know nothing about how that works. So, next comment. Your sister is most likely a narcissist. They only care about themselves. They are also very manipulative. She will use anyone to get what she wants. Everyone involved needs to gray rock her. Short yes, no answers. Do not react to anything she says. She will try to bait you. The less you talk to her, the more it will make her nuts. Tell your brother-in-law to only communicate with her through lawyers or third-party mediators. Next comment. I'm happy to hear that you're all going to help each other. Brother-in-law deserves better than your sister. Sounds like the children are going to thrive with all of you. They do not need to have unsupervised visits because your sister will take them and go on the run the first chance she gets. I would probably worry about that, to be honest. I really would. Let me know your thoughts, you guys. Stay classy out there. Stay sassy. I'll see you in the comments. Go on, get.